Yeah! Hey, brand new season, same old technical problems. It's Mr. Young.
And it's foreign fucking not in this building. I'm so pissed off, bro. This is our season premiere. Why this happen, bro?
Oh, hey man. It just means we have room for improvement, and that's always a good thing. You know what I'm saying? How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. That's why, guys, it's more important than ever, guys. Please support us on our Patreon. Any amount that you all support us, we'll go back into improving this shit show of a laptop that I have right now so I can do better streaming for you guys, man.
Absolutely. Foreign's laptop is from 2001. It's on its last legs. It's about to conk off already. So if we don't get Foreign a brand new laptop, not only will he not be able to stream, he won't be able to do work. This is imperative, guys.
No, you know, it's so funny, right? We were building up so much hype for the first episode, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, my laptop, no issue. Wi-Fi, everything's all good. I got myself even a new webcam. I thought everything's going to be good.
Yeah.
On the day that we want to test, everything fucked up. Everything just didn't work.
You've heard of Murphy's Law, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything bad that can happen will happen. Might as well, right?
There you go. Even my I've tested the shit out of my rig, right? You just now, right at the start, my computer crashed. Blue screen of death. I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen the blue screen of death in years. All of a sudden, it's like, now, really?
Bro, and it happened 5 minutes right before the podcast about to start.
Yeah, so literally everything started crashing. It's like the universe conspired against us. You know what it was like, bro? It was like everyone doubting Sami Zayn. Not believing that he could be an honorary Oos, but then he became the honorary Oos, and then, well, we'll get to that in just a little while. But first of all, I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out and chilling. Trickster, Rishi, Wonderboy, Haley, HS Lee, Rizul, what's up, Fiaz, Hales. Oh my goodness, am I missing anybody?
I'm
I might
not
have said
sure,
the same person twice. Saleh as well.
I can't even see the chat because, guys,
okay.
Like a bit behind the scenes, I'm using my phone, Skype. So let's hope that everything does go well in the next 1 hour.
Trickster says, are you guys going back to the studio that you guys did your earlier episodes? You talking about the special episode, or you talking about like season 1 and 2 and 3 where we did it at my workplace at the Power 98 Studios? Because I can say this for a fact. We will not be going back to using the Power 98 Studios because, quite frankly, that one is work property. So, I mean, this is a little bit insider information, but if we did the podcast from there, then they would own the podcast. And we don't want that. We want this to be our baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, for sure. And also, I don't work there anymore. So technically, I'll be trespassing if I have to go there.
Exactly. Foreign has literally left the building, never to come back. You know?
Yeah, moving on to bigger and better things. But you know what? That's why we were test running at the end of last season. We did the special episode where we actually shot from the Hive. So the reception for the episode was good. I think the video itself was okay. Yeah. But the thing is, it's now gonna be it's gonna be tough because we'll need a team to man the video camera and we need to cut it. And to be honest, Mr. Young, I think our audio at home, the equipment is much better than the audio there.
Yes, unfortunately, it is. But here's the thing, right? It just means that we now know what our options are and we want to grow, right? So, hey, guys, support us, show us that there is a way for us to sort of slowly upscale this ragtag outfit. Drop by the Patreon, whatever is comfortable for you. We greatly appreciate, of course, you being here, you being in our Discord as well. We greatly appreciate it. We've tweaked our perks on the Patreon as well. So links are at the bottom and everything. Show your support and thank you.
Yeah, man. I feel like we are independent wrestlers right now. We're trying to hawk our own merch, trying to build a name. And bro, it's been 5 years. This is our 6th season.
Yes.
Like I said, 200 episodes coming up, bro. So we have been doing it consistently. So it's more about upscaling, bro. Like a startup getting some upscaling going on right now.
Okay, how about this for an alternative, right? We crowdfund your Grab to my house every week. We crowdfund that. Then you can be in this same room as me, and then we can do. We just need a new webcam here. That's all.
Okay, so are you telling me your wife is gonna be fine that another 30-year-old man go to your house on a weekday lunchtime to do a podcast with you?
It's just wrestling, bruh. It's just wrestling.
Hey bro, but I heard the Thompson area got a lot of nice food lah, bro. I don't mind that going there for the prata, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about Prata House. That one has become very commercialized, sell out a bit. But, hey, this one, wrong podcast, bro.
yeah. People are not here to hear our life story, man. Come on, we gotta go right into it, man. They've been waiting.
Bro, let me float this idea out there to everyone in chat right now. What do you think? Kick to the Gut lifestyle podcast. Nothing to do with pro wrestling. Well, we'll slip in some pro wrestling references once in a while. But what do you think if Foreign and Mr. Young did a lifestyle podcast where we talk about the current affairs, talk about the affairs of your heart, your extramarital affair, whatever affair we talk. What do you think about that?
Isn't that what we talked about in the first 20 minutes before we actually talk about the real stuff in the podcast?
That's true. But I'm thinking it could be a separate thing. Would you guys be down for that? Food in the gut. Irvin says, call it food in the gut. We go and makan podcast. How about that?
Bro, tea in the gut, bro. Remember our plan for season 3? We just sit at the coffee shop, order some tea, and then record outside and just we talk. Let's go.
Hey, ideas, bro. Oh my goodness. And the great thing about a sort of podcast format, right? It's like we don't have to answer to a Vince McMahon. We can do whatever we want.
Bro, this is really Cornette, bro. Jim Cornette experience, bro. Singapore version. That's what we are right now, right?
No, bro. I want to scale big, bro. I'll be the Paul Levesque. You can be the Stephanie McMahon. Hey, wait.
Hey, wait. a bit sus lah, bro. It's almost as sus as our teaser trailer that we did, bro.
I know what I've been watching you. Hey, that one was a classic clip. If you don't remember the Heidenreich Michael Cole storyline, it's probably a good thing, huh?
Yeah, man. But thanks, bro, for piecing that together. But what do you guys think of our new graphics? All the new assets that we pointed out. I hope you guys liking. We decided to keep the purple. The purple has become our signature color, but we added a bit more gold, bro, for you.
Hell yeah, gold. And I'm even wearing a sort of a goldish shirt. Wow, this is a very CNY shirt, gold and everything. Voila! Hey, happy Lunar New Year to everyone who celebrates, by the way. I hope your visiting has gone well. I hope you've collected all the ang paos as well. And once again, it's good to see everybody. It's genuinely great to be able to start chatting about wrestling. I have to say this, right? In the quote-unquote off-season, right? Yeah. I watch the bare minimum of wrestling. Literally, it would be in the background. I could hear it sometimes. Sometimes I completely skip. I have, to be real, there were times where I was like, do I want to commit again? You know what I mean? And I wonder if that is an indictment of the state of pro wrestling right now, is that there isn't that, three, especially Raw. Raw is the biggest culprit. I found it so hard to even give a shit about Raw, right?
Yeah.
For the WWE, it was the Bloodline only. For the AEW, okay, this is going to be very shocking, but I enjoyed Dynamite more than Raw, a lot more during our
generally as a watch lah.
Yes.
Generally as a watch along, yeah. No, I agree because the thing is, Dynamite always feels like there's something happening. Yes. There's always a newsworthy thing to take away. And I think Tony Khan, he really wants to create, excitement, make it must-see TV. So I think he really packs all his shows.
So the thing is, it's you got the high-quality stuff and you have the really rabak stuff. But at least you have a bit of a mix, right? And we've talked about this before. Right now, Raw, a lot of it is filling time. So yeah, you have at least one standard. But then you have that same standard the whole way through. So it becomes very dull. And I mean, look, announcing is not easy. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not feeling Kevin Patrick at all.
Agree. I think he takes a lot out of the show. Jimmy Smith was a much better announcer for sure. And because you have just kept Byron, bro. Make it Byron and Corey Graves.
See, I wonder if Byron and Corey fell out or something because...
okay.
I feel like, yes, they had a really nice chemistry. Graves is always chochoing him. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe your lead announcer needs to be strong and Corey is too strong of a character.
Heel.
Yeah, a heel. And Byron is just a bit weak lah. He's always getting shat on, dunked on.
Correct. Byron needs to be more like Ian Riccoboni, in ROH. He still has that very straight ahead, serious man kind of vibe. Can pull it out, but no, he just keeps getting disturbed. So very tough to take seriously.
So anyway, those are the things. Like, how about you? Did you like really follow the wrestling that had been going on for the past couple of weeks, or were you also like on the periphery?
Bro, you're asking the inside man. You're asking foreign in the building, bro.
Hey,
Come
inside
on, like
man. Oh
I
yeah,
can't, I can't, yeah, I can't unplug, bro.
oh yeah, because you have the right about it as well for Sports Kita, right? Big shout out to go and check out every time you see a Sports Kita article got Fahan Shafi, you like many times.
Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, so like essentially I am a wrestling journalist because like I have
Yep.
access to all the insider news. So like a lot of the stuff, let me tell you first, right? A lot of the stuff that came out as surprises at the Royal Rumble, I knew ahead of time.
Oh, but
Yeah.
there weren't that many surprises at the Royal Rumble. I mean, spoiler
That's
alert.
that's why it was easy for me to know lah, because you were like,
Ah,
oh, this is it only. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so like I can't really unplug, but to me, right, wrestling is always gonna be my escape.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I do to unwind. So like I
Mm.
can't really, how to say, like I don't get away from the things that I want to do. So I find
Right.
time to do wrestling as opposed to the other way around.
Can I sidetrack a little bit, right? Because
Sure.
I don't know if you guys have seen this show on Netflix. You might have seen it as well. I'm sure your girlfriend has definitely seen it and want you to go and watch Physical 100.
What? I don't think
Okay,
so.
I was trying to do a Korean accent. Physical 100. Physical 100. So,
Okay.
take this as a concept. Let's just think about this, right? 100 men and women, different shapes and sizes, but all jacked to the gills. Like I'm talking about like ripped as fuck, right? And then you make them go through physical challenges to find the one winner who's the best at all these physical challenges, right? And
Oh, okay.
I was watching that. I was going, if you can take I think there's 6 episodes or 9 episodes, I forget, but they slowly release it episode by episode, right? I know it's a different format, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, they managed to put characters on every single one of these contestants. And let's be real, is this racist for me to say? Sometimes I can't tell the difference between this fella and that fella and that fella because all look the same
Because all Korean, right?
and all ripped to shreds. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
should really make them do a urine test. Go and watch the trailer. They all look ridiculous, right?
Oh,
But the point
okay.
is, by the first episode, I was hooked. I was like, oh wow, I Aga know everybody's character already. Okay, that's the firefighter, that's the mountain climber, that's the da. And it's not like they make them wear their gear like, 80s WWE. So I'm like, if within 45 minutes, 1 hour, you can clearly define these characters, why is it so hard in the WWE right now? And I don't even
Yeah.
speak the language that they're speaking.
No, I feel like the problem with them is right. So technically it's reality TV, right?
Yeah.
But like their reality TV is so well crafted
Yeah.
or like well scripted that that it becomes compelling.
They need some Koreans on the writing team in the WWE. That's what's up. And not only that, right? Like, I'm sorry lah, but you go and compare the physical look of the people on that show versus some of the people you see on WWE and most of the people you see on AEW. Like, from a visual standpoint, you'll be like, wow, the contestants on Physical 100 look way better. Like, when I say shred, they are shredded.
Okay. So it's like guilty TV lah, but it's more of
Yeah.
physical outlasting, a bit like Hunger Games kind of vibe lah.
Yes, a little bit. And it's like, here's the other thing. And I was watching this with my wife, right? I think the idea that this is real physical competition plays a huge part in it, right? Technically, all the stuff they do is very simple stuff. As in, it's not like, obviously wrestling is an art. It's a highly trained skill that you need to have, right? But somehow this implies more physical strength and dominance and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow, this is a very fascinating sort of, look into what actually looks impressive. Physical 100 looks more impressive than the WWE. And here's the crazy thing. Nobody on Physical 100 is outlandishly going crazy. Nobody is beating each other over the head with a chair. Nobody's bleeding. And yet it's more compelling. This is my, every episode missing out, take a shot at AEW.
It's back again, man. It starts again.
No, but I guess my point is that you don't need blood to create compelling TV. You don't need chairs to the head. You don't need 10,000 flips. You just need compelling stories, characters that people can get behind so that when there is competition, then yeah. Oh, Akiyama, Sexyama, the MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He's in the show. He's one of the contestants.
Is he retired or something? Or?
No. He's still wrestling.
So he wrestles, he does MMA, but he joins this competition just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, the funny thing is, I think he's Korean, but he was born in Japan, or is it the other way around? Somebody check for me.
I'm not aware of this, yeah.
On the show, he has a Korean name.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so okay, doesn't sound, so it's not really, like, people don't recognize you at first unless you know him.
Yeah. Then I saw him, I was like, wait a minute, isn't that Sexyama? Why does he have a Korean name? I was like, oh yeah, because, he actually technically has two names.
Oh, okay. So adding this to the list. So what is the link here to wrestling? Are you trying to say that the wrestlers are trying too hard to not be themselves?
Storytelling. That's the link. Is that okay? I think Irvin brings up a very good point. That show is not live, and therefore, it's very hard to compete, right?
Correct.
But you can use a lot of those package. Cut small packages. Like, the idea is there to not go overboard so that when something crazy does happen, then it becomes memorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I keep thinking, right? Like, for me, why do people like watching wrestling? Honestly, right, if you're talking about a casual fan, they're not watching wrestling for the moves. They're not watching wrestling for, like, I like this rivalry, or who is a better technical wrestler. No, they like it because of the human characters, the stories, and also, like, take the best storyline right now, the Bloodline, right?
Yeah.
People love the drama because it's gangster level crime drama movie, right?
Bro, nobody's looking at it going, Roman Reigns is not great in the ring. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Obviously, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, all of them are great workers. We already know that. But nobody cares about that right now. They only care about, like, freaking Oscar, Best Actor, Sami Zayn. Best Supporting Actor, Jey Uso. Come on, man.
Yeah. Okay, like, I give you the best example, right? Like Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, right?
Yeah.
One of the best technical wrestlers before his neck injury, his injury, Owen Hart, right? But nobody remembers that time when he was in WCW as stunning Steve Austin. Funnily enough, after his injury, which forced him to, like, take it slow in the ring and become a brawler, that was his most memorable run in pro wrestling as the character, right? Stone Cold, the character.
Exactly. Who's the most compelling person on AEW? MJF.
Yes.
He's a perfectly fine wrestler, but nobody really pays attention to that. They pay attention to his character work. So, I mean, it's a point I feel like we've beaten to death sometimes over. And I guess the whole point is that, especially for AEW, focus more on the characters, storylines, rather than, doing 10,000 flips, Young Bucks. Anyway!
Speaking of characters, bro, how were the characters in SPW, man? Do you want to launch and start off with that before we go to the main event?
Sure, let's do that. Last Friday, SPW's Champions Never Yield. I was like, what an interesting title. And then I realized, what's the acronym for Champions Never Yield?
CNY.
Yeah! Do you see it? Do you see what they did?
Oh, so smart. Okay, I give it to them.
SPWCNY. So, okay, fun crowd as always. They kicked off the show with Trickster and Bryson Blade versus Wolfram Cartel. Okay, this was very interesting, right? Because I was like, okay, at first Trickster comes out, he has the mic, he starts the promo, and says that Blade has a problem with him. I was like, since when did these two have, like, an issue?
Are they tag team partners?
Yes, they are tag team partners. So Blade explains that, Trickster's the colorful guy. He's got the magic tricks and stuff like that.
Yep.
Whereas Blade is more serious, more like focused on what they want to do in the ring, right? So apparently there's been friction.
Ooh, okay.
On that sense. He's like, I'm carrying your ass, I'm doing all the hard work.
Okay, so there's some storyline development for the Trickster, so it's not just comedy anymore.
But it's interesting to me also because I actually talked to the Blade a little bit later, right? And it was fascinating, his explanation as to where his character is going. My man's going NS very soon, so I don't know how much more we can see of the Blade, unfortunately, right?
Okay.
But especially because, like, they are sort of, Singapore wrestling, right? It's not like they have a weekly episodic television show. It's like a small roster as well. So they have the the problem of sometimes there's not enough tag teams there, so they might have to flip face and heel on the fly. And he was telling me that because of their dynamic, they can actually sort of play either role. So in a situation where they have to play face, for example, then, well, Trickster can play up all his colorful gimmick and his magic tricks and stuff like that, because that always draws a reaction, right?
Yeah.
And if they want to play heel, well, then Bryson can step it up a little bit more, do, the more heelish things and explain it away because, like, he wants to get things done, So it's an interesting dynamic, lah. And, to see it thought of in that way, I think was very fascinating to me.
Yeah, and I really like their team. Actually, they are colorful. I mean, not colorful in the sense, but they stand out. If you've never seen an SPW show before, you'll feel compelled to check them out. So it's great that they have some sort of development right now.
That's right. So they fought homeless Riz, who doesn't look very homeless anymore. He's all pimped out now. He's joined a cartel. Yeah. The Wolf Ram cartel.
Okay. There's some storyline development here as well that you're not aware of.
Dude got hat, got jacket, look like Michael Jackson and all.
Michael Jackson in Fedora.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, okay, interesting finish to the match, I have to say. There was a bump, like a ref bump, and shout out to Sodik. I thought he was legitimately injured. The whole crowd went silent.
Holy shit, what kind of move did he take?
It was just like a corner rope thing, and then he fell on his ass. I was like, he fell on his ass? Like, did he, like, injure his tailbone or something? Like, I legitimately thought dude was injured. And then there was...
shit, okay.
Yeah. But no, it was kayfabe. So I'm like, wow, way to go. You sold it to me, bro. You made me care. And
can we give a shout out to Sodik, man, for being an awesome, like he's been one of the OGs of the referee, but as well as his ability to take bumps and sell and be part of the storyline. I think very likable guy.
Okay, my only issue was, unfortunately, referee Ryan, I think, was in Thailand. So immediately after this match, he come back. He refed all the matches, even though he was injured. So I was like, but then, I mean, you can't really say anything about that, lah. It is what it is.
They need to recruit more refs. Improve the recruitment scheme. Make it more appealing to be a referee in SPW.
Exactly. But you know what I mean, right? To keep up the illusion, I feel like maybe referee Ryan could have filled in for 2 matches, but he wasn't around, so it is what it is, lah. So
okay.
There you go. Trickster gets the win here because during the ref bump there was shenanigans, lah. I think Bryson used the chain to KO. What's the other guy's name? Sane RH, the other guy in the Wolf Ram cartel. Okay,
this Wolf Ram cartel, are they SPW homegrown talent?
I think so. New? I think so. They're pretty new. Yes. So I
how's their vibe like?
Like a bit like gangster, but more like up-class gangster, like with wearing suits and stuff like that. So,
okay.
I briefly chat with Riz about it, and he was telling me like, like he's evolving the character. But I was like, bro, you were supposed to be homeless. Why are you coming out in a suit? He's like, soon, the character will evolve away from homelessness.
Bro, HDB now want to house people, bro. That's why he now got house really. Good for him.
Right, there you go. Let's move on. The 4-way scramble for the NBCB Championship. Okay, this is a 10-minute match. Whoever is champion at the end of the 10 minutes will will become the champion, lah. So you know what I mean? Nice. Any number of pinfalls or submissions can happen in between the 10-minute match. So you can imagine this was like a 24/7 match, lah. Pinfall. Like, it was a bit of a mess, but in a chaotic, fun way, right? A lot of shenanigans outside. I will say this, though. Like, I was noticing Kojio, Kojio, the masked guy, the very creepy looking guy?
Yeah. The guy, right?
So he was in this one, CBK, Meta, and Destroyer Dama, who's the NBCB champion, right? Like, Kojio was doing a lot of badass shit on the floor. I was like, I wish he was doing it in the ring more
What was he doing?
It's a hard-hitting, like, painful-looking shit, lah. Whereas CBK and CBK Meta and Destroyer, they were doing a lot of stuff in the ring, but a lot of it was like quote-unquote comedy stuff because, that's what CBK and Meta kinda are, comedy wrestlers.
So Kojio is not from Singapore, right? I know he came back and wrestled for the astronomical anniversary for SPW, so a lot of people like his look, by the way.
Yeah, well, not just his look, just like because I was quite close, so I got to see him do a lot of the brawly stuff. I was like, okay, I would like to see him do more brawly stuff, but not umbrella stuff, brawling stuff, but one-on-one. And the way they left it, sort of like it seems like there's bad blood between Kojiro and Destroyer Dama. So I'm actually looking forward to that sort of progressing into the next event.
All right.
I want to see Kojiro more.
Okay. Yeah, I like Kojiro a lot. I think he caught my eye from the previous show, and I feel like he could be a crowd pleaser going forward.
Yes.
Yeah. How did Dharma do? So because NBCB is like kind of like growing on me, like this whole title. I think they've done the 24/7 title much better than the 24/7 title in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, a lot of big power moves. It's Dharma. He looks good when he's double power slamming Meta and CBK and then stacking them up and pinning, which is the finish, by the way. He remains the champion. Yeah, I want to see what Dharma and Kojiro can do. I think that will make for really great matches.
Nice. So Kojiro and Dharma, like they were like the standouts in this match. So and Dharma stayed the champion lah.
Yes. Moving on. A number one contenders match for the tag team titles. The Horrors versus the Statement and Big T.
The Horrors are back for good then. They're really like on their comeback tour.
Yeah. So of course you got Statement and T. They jumpstart the match. They're playing the heels. The thing about Statement though, he's so synonymous and ubiquitous with SPW. Ultimately he'll still get cheered. He'll get the sounds.
So he has transcended to that. Like people just like him for him. Doesn't matter if he's a heel or an annoying babyface, whatever it is, he just gets the crowd, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about 4 of SPW's, veterans. So, there's not really much for me to say because I wasn't writing notes. I was paying attention to the match. We've said this a lot of times. If I'm not taking notes, probably means that it was a good match, right? I have to give a big shout out to Big T. I was watching him and it seemed like he was really showing a lot of ring generalship in there as well.
Ooh, okay. So he was calling the match a lot, or what was
I don't know if calling, but it seemed like I don't know if it was something I never noticed before, or maybe he's getting to stand out now that he's a heel and he's sort of not because in his previous stable he was kind of like the fun, jovial guy, sort of. You don't really pay attention to the in-ring stuff. But here, I thought he really stood out in a good way, even though he is still playing a heel. And the finish was interesting. So the finish was, what was it already? He went, as in Big T went to the middle rope to splash. I think it was Gore. And the Statement was holding Gore down. But then at the last moment, Butcher pulls Gore. But by pulling Gore, he pulled Statement under
down
Big T, and then Big T splashes Statement. So obviously you're gonna have like the fallout between Big T and Statement lah.
That was a very innovative finisher. I thought that was well done.
Yeah. Dama, what's up?
Speak and he shall appear.
I know, right? Just as we were freaking talking about his match. Anyway, he's going to watch from the start, so he's going to be a bit lagged. So we can move on then. I really enjoyed this match, by the way. So Horrors are in line for the next tag team title match.
Oh, okay. So it's just like a tag team number 1 contenders match or something along those lines.
Number 1 contenders. Which means, like I said, moving on, I think we're going to see Statement versus Big T. This might be Big T's big turn to face. Yeah?
Yeah. Then does that mean it's going to be like a Sami Zayn situation where he finally breaks out from Statement?
Right, maybe. Oh, Butcherman in the house. Oh, opposite. Salah, my fault. He said Butcherman was the one being pulled by Gore, not the other way around.
Oh, okay. So Butcherman pulled by Gore. So that means Gore pulled him out of the situation.
Yeah, pulled him out of the situation, in turn pulling Statement into the spot to get splashed.
Alright. Either way, I'm so happy that the Horrors never gonna splash. They never gonna splattered.
If you look at our TikTok, we have a TikTok account, by the way.
Yo,
go follow us.
Please.
Yes, on
follow
Kick to the Gut TikTok. And I put up a highlights video of the SPW event. You can see the moves. You can see the finish there, as well as a very cool titty twister that Dr. Gore did to poor Big T.
Ayo.
Twist his nips only. A lot of chafing. My poor guy.
That one really NBCB, bro. That one really NC16 as well.
Yeah, let's move on then. Okay, there was an intermission. The beer sponsor guy got stunned by a Statement, which was, rather humorous because he said that he liked that the Statement got beat. So Statement comes out, cuts a promo, stuns him. Cool stuff, fun
Okay.
stuff, right?
Better than a pitch black match, lah, I hope.
Yes. Do you know who the Beast of Benevolence is, my friend?
Oh, is this Jack's nickname, right?
Yes, the big good Jack versus CK Vin for the number one contendership for the Singapore title.
Wow, okay. Doing big things, that CK Bin or CB Face or whoever it is that you're talking about.
Look, man, I swear, CK Vin has MJF vibes. The second he steps out, people boo until like, wow, you tell.
Oh, really?
You can tell. He's wearing tactical vest, looking like super douchey. I'm like, wow, I don't even care how bad his wrestling is or how good his wrestling is. He's gonna get booed no matter what.
We've talked about him. We've talked about how he actually has a potential. Because remember, he was saying that he was mini Traxxas at first.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think everyone can tell that he has really outgrown that. He is his own man now, and like clearly a great heel.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And he exhibits all these heel tendencies. Like he did this spot, which I thought was very funny. I'm not sure if we've even seen it on WWE. Maybe indies have lah. But you know when the ref, when someone is illegally choking someone against the ropes, right? The ref will count 1, 2, 3. You must break on 5. So he counts together with the ref.
Oh, wow.
So as Sodic is counting, he's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let go. See, no, you cannot DQ me. So I was laughing my ass off.
The face also like want to smack the fella like far.
Yes, like I don't know if this is a compliment or an insult, but he has such a hateable face.
It's a compliment. In pro wrestling, it's a compliment.
Yeah. Look, the dude doesn't need to be, a high flyer or a crazy ass technician. He just needs to brawl. It works for him, right?
Amazing. But Beast of Benevolence, though.
Yeah, we've seen BGJ before. His high impact stuff looks incredible, right? And working with someone who's so hateable, I think doesn't hurt him either. So he has a lot of babyface hit going into this one, right?
Yeah, he gives me Kevin Owens fight, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good analogy. Visually, right?
Visually, and also the way he connects with the crowd.
Right.
He got this very common man kind of like vibe going out. So doing quite well. Love him.
So he wins with the big lariat. Big Good Jack is now the number one contender.
Ooh, okay. So BGJ will be facing who's our Singapore champion right now? Do you guys know?
It's Black Arrow.
Oh yeah, Black Arrow. Yeah, Black Arrow had a great match at Astronomical Anniversary, right? So
correct.
That's gonna be a very, very great, interesting matchup, huh?
Yeah, high flyer technician versus big horse. I'm down for that, bro. I'm down for that. All right, let's move on. Queen of Asia Championship Alexis Lee versus Yuki Yamifuku.
So is she as yummy as her name?
Oh, bro. At first, I feel like her photos on Instagram don't do her justice. You see her in real life, she carries a whip and everything. I was like, oh, whip me, mommy. Please do not clip that and send that to my wife. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay. Got it. Okay, so she was, So how was the match?
I wasn't paying attention to the match. I was looking at Yummy Fu. No, sorry. Alexis Lee, she's playing the heel here, taunts the crowd, establishes, the dynamics of this situation, right?
Okay.
It was interesting because Yuki, I feel like her gimmick is like she's this beauty queen, so she acts like a prissy diva, which technically is a heel, right? Mm-hmm. But Alexis, so I guess it's like two characters. It's not really heel face or anything like that. Yeah. Right at the start, Yuki, like holds like Alexis's hand, looks at it and like, hey, you have no nail polish, Ew. Like sort of like, I was like, what the? So makes fun of the fact that she's not all prissy and beautiful, that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, it was a little bit weird. I wasn't into the back and forth elbow strikes or the forearm strikes, but we've already established that I'm not a fan of that.
Well documented, yes.
Yes. But the match itself, beyond that, like there was some really nice drop kicks. If you see the highlight that I put up, the giant boot to the face Alexis Lee took, I was like, whoa, that drew like the whoas from the crowd. It looked really, really good.
Yeah, I saw Yuki's wrestling style. I think her aggression bellies her look. Like, she comes across pretty, but when she was striking and fighting, she looked pretty badass.
Oh yeah. Statement or whoever is in charge, please bring her back. I don't mind seeing more of the Yami Fuku.
Yummy.
Yummy Fuku, baby.
You know that Justin Bieber song? Girl, you got that
Yummy.
Okay. Okay, let's start chanting that song when she comes to the ring next time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Alexis Lee wins though with the big knee to the back of the head, retains. I guess because Yami Fuku, Kami Fuku. I keep see like this is Yami. Wow. Yami
You
Kami.
started it, bro. You started it.
Fine.
Come on.
I'm gonna call her Yami Kami. That sounded so wrong. Oh my god, this podcast has devolved into some sus land. I guess maybe because she was a guest star, so it wasn't going to be like a title change or anything like that. Alexis Lee wins. There you go. Right. Let's move on to the main event of the evening. And you knew the second I saw the match card, I was like, okay, this one's going to be like technical, lots of high flying, because it's Iman Azman, the golden boy.
Iman is back. Okay.
Yes, versus Aiden Rex, the champion.
Basically, bro, is this MJF versus Ricky Starks in terms of the youth movement going on right now?
MJF, I feel like MJF is not a technical wizard enough to compare. You know what I mean? It would honestly, okay, this might be a stretch because these two are still quite young in their career, but this almost feels like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels.
Really, such high praise from Mr. Young. Bret Hart fan.
Well, I mean, okay, but yeah, they didn't do moonsaults. Actually, no, Shawn did moonsaults. But anyway, the point is these two come across as serious athletes because a lot of the previous matches, right, it was a fair bit of comedy. You know, you had the whole NBCB title thing, and even with the horrors and Statement Big T, there were a lot of comedy spots.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's anything wrong with that, right? I'm just saying that this one was more of a competitive, athletic match. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. And I think they highlighted both of their strengths really well in this match, right? They matched up each other quite well.
Absolutely. Technical counter moves. And, I mean, I don't want to say standard, but it starts off with the whole we trade hold, you trade, I go to your back, you standing switch, trade counters, and then stand off, shake hand. And that kind of deal, like mutual respect sort of a deal, right?
Is Eman more of a high flyer? What's more of his style?
He's both. I think they are very similar in style from what I saw in this match anyway, right? And I mean, he did one of my favorite moves in wrestling, the standing sliced bread.
Oh shit, Brian Kendrick's move, right?
Or the Shiranui, as it's called. Every time I play WWE 2K games, right, the standing Shiranui is my finisher.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a dope move for sure.
Yeah. It's a jumping back flip with the head cradled. Yeah. Anyway,
do you feel like you saw a lot of Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero vibes?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I think that is a better comparison.
Yeah,
there you go.
Because both technical, but both are fast and like great action.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you imagine?
Their forearm exchanges look quite legit, so I was very happy with that. Lots of false finishes here and there. Interestingly enough, I was like, okay, I don't want to say, I saw the finish coming, but, I thought it was a good way to finish it because they were trading high-flying moves and stuff like that, countering or kicking out, right? But it finished with a submission. So Aiden counters a running attack, rolls him into... Okay, the only reason I think this was supposed to be a knee crusher is because Iman sold the knee. I think if not for that, from my angle, and I know a lot of people in my section were like, what happened? What happened? So they didn't really see the submission, but based on Iman's reaction, great sell, you could tell, it was some sort of a knee crusher submission he tapped out.
So was it an initial dragon whip that brought him down to the ground and then he did like a knee bar kind of situation or what?
No. It was just one of those, because that's the thing about Aiden, right? It's a little bit like a Daniel Bryan. He can pull off like a submission out of the blue from anywhere.
Nice. Okay. What was interesting to me when I saw this matchup is like you literally have Singapore's like golden boy, right? Right now. And we have Malaysia's golden boy.
Yeah.
So it's almost as if a battle of the causeway of two like rising stars. It's not too established. It's not like maybe Statement versus like Shaukat.
Yeah.
but it's literally like the next generation. You're seeing the future right there. That's why I was
Yes.
giving the MJF versus Ricky Starks comparison.
Ah, I see, I see. Okay, well, there you go. That's my, review, I guess, of SPW's Champions Never Yield. I'm so glad that wrestling is back. And, I was talking to some of the other wrestlers after the event as well. They're all happy to be back. And it's crazy, but this year looks like it's going to be an amazing year for local wrestling. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to go and watch all of it. I wish I could. But, bro, we need to, develop multiple man. You know the X-Men multiple man he can clone himself on? We need that. We need that mutant power.
Bro, okay, it's gonna be a stack here, I know, and we're gonna have a great lineup of wrestlers coming in. So we just missed the fact that Champions Never Yield came right before our season premiere. But like the next one, whether it's a Grapple Max show or we'll try to make more time to go to Ring of Rebirth as well, because you're getting a lot of great buzz.
Bro,
like
they are doing an event with Dragon's Gate.
Yeah, man, Dragon Gate. So that's a huge announcement as well. That's in March. So we promise you we'll try to get as much of the wrestlers on the podcast as well to interview them. And we have to tag in and out, bro. You have to cover one event, you have to cover one event, bro.
Salih says, what is this Marvel Snap reference? I got Snap Marvel Snap reference, man. I didn't even realize it.
Forever shilling your Marvel Snap.
I know, bro. That game is so addictive. Do not try it if you don't want to waste your entire day and your life away. Okay, so there you go. Oh, by the way, if you would like to apply for internship with Kick to the Gut, we provide benefits such as high-fiving you and being your friend. That's about it. No, but for real,
shout out to Salih. Shout out to Salih for our previous intern. So he joined us for season 5. I think you guys got embedded into the community, and of course now he's back in school for his final year. So you got to study, bro. So
that's right. All the best in your studies. We miss you, but yeah, man. If you know anybody who want to be our intern and is super into wrestling as well, let us know. Okay. Oh, the multiple man thing. Excuse me, I'm an OG Marvel fan. I knew about multiple man before Marvel Snap the game. Okay, I watched the X-Men one. I read X-Men. Okay.
Comic book fan. Don't fight with Mr. Young when it comes to comic book stuff.
Bro, how about this third podcast? Kick to the multiverse.
Bro, you literally just say we got no time to cover wrestling event. You want to do another podcast?
But we got time to talk up.
Always got time to talk. Always got time. Speaking of talking cock, bro, come on, bro. We are here for the main event, the thing that we want to discuss.
All right. Before we jump into the Royal Rumble, of course, once again, we do have a Patreon page. If you would like to take your support for our podcast to the next level, and we really want to try to upscale the podcast, better equipment, perhaps a new location, whatever, and your help goes a long way. It tells us that, hey, yeah, guys, we believe in you. And we would like to see you grow. So the Patreon page, the link is right there in the description. Any amount, whatever is comfortable for you, we would greatly appreciate. Thank you very much.
Shout out to our Patreon sponsor that you can see on the ticker below, The Shadow, Div Royalty, Irvin. They have been supporting us for almost a year already. Yeah. In the podcast you can get access to my Sportskida articles. They're all there. I will be uploading it all there for you guys to see. And of course, right now, we already test run. We already launched a Discord channel over a year ago. But now we're going to make it exclusive because right now it's almost like 60, 70 plus people. So if you want to join that and hear all our reactions, like live, we will all watch Royal Rumble together while having on the Discord channel on. It was so fun, bro, talking to our Discord community as well. So if you want to join them, do consider being part of our Patreon, and you can join us every day after the podcast as well.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go then. It's time for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, you have the biggest surprise and probably the only surprise of the night. Pat McAfee's back on commentary, and freaking Corey Graves losing his shit was damn funny. Yeah.
I think the Pat McAfee Corey Graves rivalry is going to be the one that it's going to be like the Jerry Lawler versus Taz of this generation.
Okay, I'll just say it right off the bat, and I think a lot of people agreed while we were watching it on the Discord, in the chat, right? This commentary team is gold.
It's the best. It's the best that WWE has.
Right. I forgot about. It's not like what's his name? Barrett is bad or anything. I like Barrett, right? But McAfee brings something McAfee is like all of us because he's a fan first. and then athlete as well, and he has this huge personality, right? So McAfee, as like sort of like more of a markish type announcer. You have Graves, who is the quote unquote veteran, but like a bit heelish, like the Jerry Lawler and whatnot. Or actually, he's more Jesse Ventura, I feel.
Color commentator lah.
Color,
the
yeah.
analyst, yeah.
And of course, you have the quote unquote the straight man, Michael Cole, who's like just there to announce.
And Michael Cole is great at leading calls. Like, I think people underrate, right, the fact that he has been in WWE for so long. If it wasn't for his call for Mankind, right, winning the championship, right, people keep forgetting. People keep thinking, oh, that's a JR call. But actually, Michael Cole did an amazing, legendary job in that. So he's finally getting his just dues as like the main guy in WWE. And finally, the crowd has come around to him.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? There's a reason why the pay-per-views are called by Michael Cole and Corey Graves. I think that the WWE knows that they are the two best in those roles, color and straight man, or the lead announcer, as it were, right? So, and that shows you the problem of Raw, because Kevin Patrick doesn't have that authoritativeness. He still feels like a weak version of I don't know what. Like, he just seems not
Jimmy
as authoritative.
Jimmy Smith was much better, so it was such a shame that he was let go. Even Samoa Joe, a couple of years back, a great job, amazing job as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's kick things off, and they start off literally with the men's Royal Rumble, which I was like, oh, okay.
That was the shock. That was the shock for me.
Yeah. Which means, Irvin says Kevin Patrick's going to leave already. Well, then who's going to take over as lead announcers? Yeah.
I think he had enough of a run lah. I think he like Adnan Virk last a few months. I'm like, I'm done.
I think that maybe Triple H or whoever sees that he's maybe not cutting it lah, or whatever lah. So
who they should bring back, bro?
Not Byron, right?
No, my call. Tom Phillips, bro.
Oh, Todd Phillips. Tom Phillips. Yes, from the heavens.
Yeah, he's doing great job in Impact as well. But why not bring him back?
Is his contract with Impact up or what?
No idea. I just like him. I just think he should be. Yeah.
Maybe they're bringing back Mauro Ranallo.
If Mauro comes back, it's going to be amazing, right?
But Mauro Ranallo and Corey Graves. Sekali Mauro gets upset because Corey Graves threw him. Mental health, bro.
No JBL there too. I mean, JBL is a manager, but I think he's coming back to a much better environment, and it's not Vince. Quote unquote, no Vince there. So
yelling in his ear or anything. But okay. Kicking off the night with the men's Royal Rumble, I was like, oh shit, I feel very bad because Sammy's not going to win. And he didn't even show up in the Rumble. I was like, what the... Okay, like, never mind. That throws my predictions right out the window, right? But more than that, I feel like they wasted an opportunity to have an organic Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston moment.
I don't know whether they should have done like a backstage promo right before the event started, because I think a couple people in the Discord said that they said something in the pre-show. They should have shot it, I think, during the main show or right as the show was about to start. Roman ordering him to stay in the locker room and strategize ahead of the match, and that's why he had to miss the Royal Rumble. I think then that would build up heat for Roman and also give him an out, like why Sami Zayn never joined the Rumble, and the fans, like, even though they didn't like the news, but they understand it's a logical reason for it.
Yeah, but they just completely... Maybe they wanted to build anticipation. That's why they hide the announcement on the pre-show where they're like, okay, most people won't realize.
But I wouldn't say it's a bad letdown to the level of Daniel Bryan not going to the Rumble, because we still had our other favorite, right?
Sure. Okay, so we kicked things off with Gunther and Sheamus. I love that they started this with Gunther, and you can tell Triple H is super high on Gunther. He gave him the opportunity to shine in a big way.
This is Gunther's coming out party, in my opinion. I mean, we've always loved him, and I think if you're a long-time fan of NXT, you know what he's capable of. But finally, on the biggest stage, even bigger than the Clash at the Castle with Sheamus. This is where I think a lot of people will be like, oh, who is this Gunther? Right?
Yes. And then they realize, actually quite a badass. Actually, one of my colleagues, JK, he doesn't really watch wrestling that much, but once in a while he'll watch the Rumble, right? Let me see if I can find... because I was like, okay, what did you think of the Rumble? I wanted to get an outsider's point of view. So he didn't know who Gunther was, right? Who is this Gunther? Mofo, built like Chiwi. Okay,
What is Chiwi?
Chiwi. Oh, you don't know Chiwi, our tech
No,
guy.
no.
Okay, he'll be
Okay.
uncle, a bit out of shape. So I'm like, really? That's what you took away from looking at Gunther? So I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to that.
So he looks like an old uncle, but a scary old uncle. Is what you're trying to say? Or what?
I guess. Like, he
You know,
basically body shame him lah, say he flabby or what lah. I was like, but Gunther lost so much weight. But then, you have to understand, right? This is somebody who doesn't watch the product, so we don't have a reference to the old Gunther.
Well, to me, he reminds me of who? He reminds me of Jin Knitsky, or like Killer Kowalski. I think that is Triple H's old mentor. So like he's like a tall, rangy fella, not necessarily the most built.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's not built makes it even more intimidating because he feels real.
Sure.
Yeah. He looked like the my abusive stepdad that I can, that will beat me up anytime,
It's just like he'll slap the shit out of you, right?
So imagine your stepdad giving you chops for not doing your homework.
So okay, we got Gunther, Sheamus, Miz, Kofi. They start. This is what I was a bit like let down by the fact that, and I put this up in the Discord chat as well, right? A lot of the NXT, like the Triple H guys, basically came up to little to no pop, except for Gunther. I think a lot of these NXT call-ups have been like, ooh. So it got me thinking, like, did Vince do the right thing?
No, it's not because of that, but I know the reason why.
Oh, okay. Do you think the reason is because they just haven't been built up enough, or because for example, the first one, Johnny Gargano comes out. We love him from NXT, right?
Yeah.
No pop. It was like, I was like,
No, it's the reason is pretty obvious. It's because NXT 2.0 happened and butchered all their momentum. So by the time that they came on the main roster, they don't mean anything. But if you're talking about bringing Johnny Gargano from 2018, 2019, fresh off NXT takeover, on the Royal Rumble, it would have been a bigger pop.
So you're saying the time in between, and then they were quote unquote devalued by the time they return lah.
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
The counter argument to that is like now Gargano has had time with Dexter Lumis, with The Miz, and it's all not working. It's got that program, while interesting, I guess, has been like, maybe Johnny... Okay, so for the casual Raw viewer who has never watched NXT, I feel like Johnny Gargano is a bit of a joke character. So there's none of that history that we have where he's being serious, where he had that series with Ciampa, right?
Wasn't he injured for like also a month leading into the Rumble? So they haven't seen him on TV as well, and like the last memory of him wasn't such a great, match.
Is that bullshit with Dexter Lumis lah? So
there
you go. Kofi Kingston. Can we talk about 2 years in a row? He messed up the save, which was ironic because there's one of the Cricket Wireless ads where he's like doing, like he's scaling the walls and he's like, oh, his feet never touch the ground, and he just freaking right after the Rumble he botched that save.
Bro, is this gonna be a new gimmick for him? Every year he just botched a new move.
Yeah, right. I was like, what is going on? I mean, obviously it's tough to do these sort of crazy things. You have to expect that, but it's 2 years in a row already. So I'm like, maybe he should just get rid of that gimmick.
They should retire him to do that. Let someone else take over. I think Ricochet should be the new guy doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Kofi is great, but he's almost like, he's turning 40 or he just turned 40.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, eventually, like, the athleticism will, leave him. So I don't think he should make that part of his gimmick anymore.
Right. Let me give you some other examples of NXT call-ups that were flat when they came out during the Rumble. Karrion Kross.
That was such a shame, yeah.
Chad Gable. Then Drew McIntyre, of course, comes out, gets eliminated. Eliminate Karrion Kross. Nobody really cares. Like,
Drew was fine. I think they were playing up to the Sheamus and his banger bros kind of thing. I don't mind that, but the thing is, right, what my biggest observation was a lot of the NXT people were so small in stature, including Gargano, that it made the likes of Sheamus and Drew McIntyre feel like even bigger stars.
Yes, I think maybe that's the whole point of what their role in the WWE right now is, to make the bigger guys look bigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I noticed, and I noticed this both about the men's and the women's Rumble, is, you know how in previous Rumbles there's usually a spot where somebody clears the ring and only one person stands dominant? Yeah. This year there is no such person in either Rumble, which, I don't know, like, to me it's like, oh, so nobody's really dominant, nobody's really standing out. It almost reflects the state of the WWE right now, in that there's Roman Reigns in the main event, dominant, and everyone's talking about it, and then everyone else is just one straight line. Like, it's like...
But a lot of like the big wrestlers also coming down in terms of momentum. Like Brock Lesnar is not the main guy as he was a year ago. So he's kind of like chilling.
Yeah.
So it's understandable why his appearance here wasn't too memorable.
Well, I mean, the whole point of his appearance here, and he did, I think, eliminate 3 people or something like that. So they still have to let him look good, huh? But of course, he is eliminated by Bobby Lashley.
Can we talk about the tease right before that, though?
What was the tease?
When he came 1-on-1 with Gunther.
Sure. I mean, maybe that's foreshadowing something for, I don't know, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. I think that would be a cool SummerSlam match. Yeah, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So yes, Lesnar is eliminated by Bobby Lashley. They are obviously setting up a WrestleMania match, the 2 MMA guys. I'm sure they'll do really cool UFC style packages.
Yeah, and this is also... This is also their rubber match, right? Because they both traded victories already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is there any backstage rumors or tea or news about why Rey Mysterio didn't come out, or is it scripted to happen like that?
Okay, so insider foreign here for you. He was injured at SmackDown.
Oh.
So I don't know whether you saw SmackDown, but there was an angle. I think he got beaten up, and I think he got legitimately injured.
Wow. Shit.
So they did an entire angle to actually protect him. But again, they never show the backstage segment. So we all thought, like, was this a save that Mysterio was still in the Rumble?
Yeah.
You know?
Technically, he's the winner. Nobody eliminated him, huh?
Yeah, because Cody jumped also over the top.
And Cody eliminated himself, goddammit. I guess they try to explain it away by Dominic coming out after Rey, and then Dominic is wearing his mask, so it's like, oh, did he beat up his dad? Horrible son!
Yeah. It's funny lah. But the thing that was interesting was, do you realize when Dominic wore the mask, he did kind of look like Rey though.
A little bit, just like a lot taller. That's all, right?
Taller Rey. Yeah.
Okay, so you had Elias, another one, used to be super over, came out flat. Like
comfort, gone.
Booker T! How about the Spinneroonie and the 5-time champ in the Rumble?
In his hometown, lah, so it makes sense. It wasn't a bad so-called surprise. But the funny thing is, right, bro, he looks good. But when he walk, he look like he got arthritis when he walk already, though.
Hey, he very bad, He how old already? I know. He's probably a few steps slower than he used to be because he's retired and obviously, he's just doing the teaching, right? But I have to say, looking down the list in terms of returns, I guess there's nobody else to make a surprise or a return anymore, huh?
Yeah, or maybe the counter to it was Triple H wants to focus more on the current roster and highlight it more.
Sure, but like I brought up earlier, everyone is sort of on a flat level. No one's really standing out. So to me, it felt like, it felt a bit bland. There was no whoa moment. Well, there was, but we'll get to that in just a little while. Austin Theory, we got Edge. I'm just taking a look at the entry list. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Rhea Ripley interferes, but then gets speared by Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, each return was a nice surprise, but you realize year after year he returned, right? It gets lower and lower the pop.
Well, obviously we are used to him already, So
yeah. So I mean, I guess they continue playing off this whole Judgment Day thing, and I don't mind because it ties a long-term storyline, bringing back Beth was there. But why is Beth back and not in the Women's Rumble?
She looked amazing, right? Yeah. I was like, confirm she's in the Rumble. No, not at all. Wait, Rishi says Omar stood out for him. I hope you're joking, right? Well, he stood up because he's so tall. That's about it.
I mean,
okay.
Why?
There was the Braun Omar sort of a stare off there. Okay, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah. The Giants coming into the ring, I think, gave more levity to the match. It broke up the pattern a bit.
Yeah, but you see, if this were, 10 years ago, if you had a Giant in there, the Giant would be clearing house. That's why I was like, this Rumble seems like nobody dominated.
Okay.
So I was like,
Yeah, and Lashley didn't do much.
Nope.
Lesnar didn't do much. So
actually, that's the thing. So Lesnar gets eliminated, right? I thought they would give Bobby a dominating run, But no, he got eliminated quite like uneventfully. So I was like,
Right
what?
afterward, like
Yeah.
a few times after.
And it wasn't, I can't remember, but it wasn't because of Lesnar interference, right?
When we were watching this when on the Discord, right, I was like, we were saying like, something needs to happen to like bring up the hype, because they're running out of slots to make it interesting.
Yeah.
So when I was thinking back, like maybe we should have tempered our expectations a bit more,
a little bit. I think not just because there weren't surprise guests, but the structure of this Rumble was very like, and most of the time the ring was filled. So you never really could focus on one particular storyline. And this, leads us to the state of the WWE, where all the other storylines are kind of meh, except for the bloodline, you know?
Yeah. What do you think of Logan Paul? Logan Paul's return.
So he comes back as a full-fledged heel now. Like, it's, I don't know, maybe Triple H managed to convince him, you should go heel, bro. You should go heel. There's money in you being heel, right? So he comes out, does heelish shit, comes out to boos and stuff like that. And of course, that one spot with him and Ricochet was the highlight of the Rumble.
It was a car crash, man. Literally looked and sounded like a car crash. You hear it.
Yeah, right? Irvin says apparently Cody was only cleared the day of the Rumble. Really? Wow, they're really pushing it with this fella. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, right? Cody Rhodes, number 30, comes in. Everyone already expects him to win. Did it feel a bit anticlimactic to you?
Of course it did. Like, clearly, my biggest problem was, if they know that there wasn't going to be any other surprises, why not make Cody Rhodes the surprise? Like how John Cena did. Remember John Cena 2008, number 30, nobody knew that he was coming, and what a pop he got. And then like when he won at that spot, it still felt memorable. Remember when he got injured, he was a heel. People hated him.
Yes.
But then he got the babyface monster reaction. So I don't know whether it was worth it for them to announce it beforehand, do all those Rocky packages just to do that, you know?
I don't understand that tactic, like you said, right? Like the assumption is, because they announced him, therefore they must have other surprises. But there were no other surprises. So I'm like, wow, okay. I don't know if they kind of fumbled the ball a little bit here. It feels that way in terms of this reveal. But I mean, this is one of the, actually, when was the last time, the last sort of after the number 30 comes in, the ring was still filled? It's quite rare, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been so soon. My assumption is, right, actually Triple H did plan for surprises, but they fell through the cracks at the last minute.
Okay. So
if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Would it have made sense for Stone Cold to do his return here? It's in Texas, what?
Yeah. So there was the rumor that Stone Cold could be the main event guy at WrestleMania, but I guess maybe that fell through. Rock fell through as well.
Yeah.
So I was actually surprised. By number 30, there were still so many people to be eliminated, and Cody eliminated most of them. By the way, I was keeping score, so I guess he was the one with the dominant run, right? But I'm like, you have him come, and I understand why they did this. If he was only cleared that day, that means they're doing it to protect him. Lots of people in the ring, he can do less, correct? Just do a few cool moves, eliminate people, I get it. But also from like someone who has watched wrestling long enough, I feel like the fans are going to turn on him because he got such an easy road to WrestleMania. Does that make sense? Like, okay, I haven't watched Raw, but what was the reaction of him coming out to announce that, I'm going to fight Roman Reigns? Obviously, who else is there to fight?
I managed to catch just the first segment before I was doing work already. He still felt okay. Like the crowd wasn't turning on him or whatever it is. But clearly, he's the second biggest story coming to WrestleMania already. It reminds me of, and I said on the Discord as well, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit, WrestleMania 20, where everyone wanted Chris Benoit to insert himself in Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Triple H and Shawn Michaels was having a decent rivalry on their own.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, no. Then, wasn't it Benoit and Triple H and then HBK go and insert himself?
Yeah, so no, what I meant was like throughout the rivalry previous year, it was Triple H and Shawn Michaels having this personal rivalry, right? But and then yes, Chris Benoit outlasted, and then he from SmackDown, he just appeared on Raw to challenge Triple H. But Shawn Michaels was like, my rivalry with him is not over yet. Let me wrestle him. And then he inserted himself back. Yeah, so if you switch the roles, bro, Cody Rhodes is Chris Benoit here. Cody Rhodes is like, I want the Rumble. I'm gonna fight Roman Reigns, and then Sami Zayn is like, please let me fight. And then when they do that, they can literally copy word for copy paste the exact same segment, bro.
I beg to differ. I feel like in this case, actually, Sami Zayn is the Chris Benoit role because the heat for Sami Zayn to win, i.e., at that point, Benoit being the number one contender was like completely unheard of. Like he was the absolute underdog, and the fans were cheering for him. So in this case, I feel like Cody Rhodes is the Shawn Michaels who go and just anyhow insert. Anyhow insert, bro. Anyhow insert. Hey.
This is a very sus podcast.
And people don't anyhow insert. Okay, ask consent. Fucking hell. Okay. So my point is this, right? That I feel like organically the crowd support is higher for Sami Zayn than it is for Cody. And therefore, organically, it should be Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. And therefore, I feel like the wrestling audience, who we know is very fickle, might turn on Cody.
Yeah. So that's the fear. But I think the way to circumvent this is to acknowledge Sami Zayn's role in this. And I think I don't know whether it's a good idea to put Cody and Sami Zayn as allies or like have him come save Sami Zayn or Sami Zayn come save Cody, whatever it is. But make them put that they're on the same side, and then like, but so it's gonna, but then keep the conflict within. Is the Cody trying to win the title a bigger story than Sami Zayn having the issue with Roman Reigns?
Unfortunately, though, watching or reading Raw results, I think we know how this is going to resolve. Sami Zayn is not going to be the main story, which is a shame. A shame. But then again, Sami Zayn is in Edmonton, in his home country, so I don't know. People are suggesting that, and this is what I suggested on my preview on my TikTok account, by the way, that you have 2 different title matches on 2 different nights, on night 1 and night 2. So Roman is forced to do double duty, 1 night for the Universal, 1 night for the World. But as we've seen, it's going to be Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania for the undisputed Universal World, way too long title.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about it as the time comes, when the time comes. And of course, Elimination Chamber is going to be the pit stop first.
Yeah.
But overall, Cody Rhodes winning, I think, of course, was the right decision. Again, it's all predictable winners.
Yeah.
But it's not the wrong decision. Like, it doesn't mean it's predictable, means it's not good.
Well, here's the thing. It is, and this is probably why they took Sami Zayn out of the Rumble. Because if Sami was in the Rumble, then you definitely would have had the crowd turn on Cody. I guarantee you this. So you eliminate him completely. So okay lah, we have to cheer for Cody, and then who else to cheer for? Nobody really, right?
Correct. Yeah. So they did what they could based on the scenario. Yeah. Again, Sami Zayn wasn't planned. Do you think Sami Zayn's plan was to be main event WrestleMania? This storyline just happened, became organic. So.
Come on, man. Now is the Daniel Bryan, is the Kofi Kingston phenomenon. We want that moment. So whether he, is he going to win at Elimination Chamber? No, right? Come on, man. Let's not get crazy here.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, we shall see how the storyline unfolds. And Cody Rhodes winning was the right decision given the lack of Sami Zayn. Yeah.
So, okay, we'll see where this goes. Let's move on. We won't talk about this too long. LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt. Pitch black match. I switch off my light.
Bro, can I tell you what's my favorite part about this match?
When it ended?
No. Actually, no. Just the first 5 minutes. Just everything leading up to the reveal of the pitch black.
The cool... Oh, yeah. Okay, I will admit the glow-in-the-dark shit was cool. But I was seeing reviews online. Once again, the people in the crowd can't see shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first of all, go even further back. Like, LA Knight's music, his GTA music is dope.
Yeah.
Fits him perfectly.
Wait, hold on. LA Knight.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Okay, so... Bray Wyatt.
Bro, if you listen to me on the Power Breakfast Show, you will hear the random,
Oh, I swear, so you do that.
I like, hearing him promo, I've sort of like, it's like he has that
into your style. Yeah.
He has that it's like how The Rock speaks or Stone Cold. They just have these affectations that you pick up because he's so entertaining. I freaking love LA Knight, and I hate that they did him so dirty in this match. Like, it was barely even a match. Like, he didn't get to highlight anything. It became a like a trash match, a garbage match, and then boom, ended.
It shouldn't have been a squash. It felt like a squash, right?
A bit.
Like, yeah, I did like Bray Wyatt's new stuff, like his new gear, his face paint. Even bro, his song is still legit my favorite song that he has ever produced for his team.
It's
but
a banger,
again,
bro.
the problem is Bray Wyatt's matches seem to follow this formula of disappointment lah.
Yeah. First of all, I guess, it was a sponsored thing. Maybe they got extra bonus. So who are we even to judge? Like they're probably happy they got extra 10K for Hawking Mountain Dew, right?
Bro.
But Rishi says Naomi would be proud of the pitch black match because feel the glow.
Yeah, it should have been a Naomi memorial or Naomi invitational match.
She should come out suddenly. I loved it. I mean, I hated it. In that it was just
you love to hate it.
Yeah, it was all spectacle, no meat. It's like like you have a cake, right? You eat only the whipped cream.
I'm starting to be worried for Bray Wyatt. Like his return was amazing. Like all the like all the freaking what do you call it? Easter eggs leading out, the white rabbit, everything was great. But as this story unfolds, fans were patient. Fans were like, okay, let's wait, let's see what's happening. But bro, it's been 3 months since his return, and this is his first in-ring appearance, and it's only lasted 5 minutes. I don't think the post-match shenanigans was able to salvage it as well. Like all the Uncle Howdy stuff, didn't salvage it. And I'm worried for him because now if he's left on his own to be creative and still can't do a good job in enticing the crowd, and
Yeah, I mean, we love his promos, right? We were talking about it. It's like dude can promo against himself and make it work. The problem is if he keeps it up, it's like you're getting teased and teased and teased and teased and teased. But when the moment comes, I got headache tonight. Oh. And it keeps happening every single week, every single month. How you gonna feel? That's what we as wrestling... Shit. That's what we as wrestling fans are feeling right now with Bray Wyatt, okay?
He's just that girl that keep teasing you. Headache.
Oh no, I'm not feeling well today. Oh no,
just go home after.
Some guys also like that. Actually, I don't know what guys. But anyway, this is the wrong podcast.
What's going on?
I'm trying to incorporate real life stuff. Kick to the life. Coming soon.
I didn't know you had such an interesting youth, Mr. Young. But sure.
What youth? This is not from experience. This is just what I've heard. Anyway,
observation. Okay.
Yeah, let's move on. Post match, Uncle Howdy does a Shane McMahon off the freaking balcony, whatever. Explosion, puppet show up. Okay, woo.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's
move on to something worse. This is Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair. We've been fans of Alexa Bliss for a very long time. Goddess Alexa Bliss.
We've been Sims for sure.
Yeah, Bianca Belair. We know that she is an amazing talent, but her storylines have not done her any favors. Alexa Bliss her character needs evolving so bad right now. Yep. And we once again same problem with Uncle Howdy. Now we keep seeing these Uncle Howdy nonsense, and then she's like, but there's no payoff. No payoff.
Even a return to a dark Alexa, is it a worthy enough investment for her character to go back there?
But wasn't she kind of quote-unquote dark for a while already?
Yeah, I mean, she's now she's her own woman. What? She's not being controlled by anybody. That's according to a promo, so...
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
I feel like they were running out of time because the finish did seem a little bit sudden.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
I think they took that time because they walked to the ring, bro. With that hell of a ramway.
Yeah, and also they had to, do the explosions and all the shenanigans as well. That ate up a lot of time. Yeah. She's the face of evil. No, she's the face of bad story writing. Let's move on then to the Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay, Women's Royal Rumble. Very interesting, the reviews and people's feedback from this match. Because some people actually, I don't know, they preferred it.
That's a low bar. Oops. So here's the thing. I feel like the Men's Rumble and the Women's Rumble, whoever was setting it up, copy, paste. Because
Similar.
Yeah, very similar. There were no dominating runs. Maybe certain factions dominated for a bit, but nobody really stood out in the middle of the ring, clearing the ring. None of that. Same shit as the men. So I was like, why? And there were barely any surprises. So I'm like, at least make the two rumbles different, right?
Yeah.
So I was very confused by this booking.
I like the storyline of Rhea starting at number 1 and outlasting. I think that was good.
It's the same as Gunther.
Yeah.
It's the exact same story. Why?
Yeah. They felt a bit lazy, I think, in booking this match. It was much better because I felt like people just want Rhea to win. So they were already on her side. So that you can feel like the momentum of the fans listening or watching the show. They were cool as long as Rhea was in. My biggest problem is everyone's biggest problem, the botched number 30, bro.
Oh my god. Okay.
My God.
Before we get there, can we just say once again, NXT favorites, Emma, no pop. Shayna Baszler, no pop. All completely like all the
Shayna
heat that they
so sad. Shayna was very sad. Yeah.
all the heat that they had. Oh my god, Lacey, once again, like, who are you? Face, heel, face. She's like the Big Show of the women's division.
How many gimmicks you have already? Bro?
Yeah. Didn't Big Show used to come out with like army camo print singlets as well? So now it's like, what is going on? And it's not like she doesn't have a presence. She looks great, very athletic. I don't get it. Yeah. Sometimes
biggest disappointment, bro. Our girl just returned to WWE. 5 seconds only, bro.
Rachel Green. I don't know if she's our girl. I mean,
no, bro. Chelsea Green, bro.
Okay, did I say Rachel? I was thinking of Friends.
Watching Friends.
That's the only other Green I know, right?
Okay.
Chelsea Green. Okay, Piper Niven is back as Piper Niven instead of Doudrop. Thank goodness.
I think Piper Niven had the best pop for an NXT export. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can we also once again this on the trend of Asuka comes out as, you know, her dark Kana, whatever. I don't know that character, but she's supposed to be badass now, right? Got the cool ass face paint. I wish she didn't do the funny comical face. I wish she just remained like evil, like she was in the original NXT, but whatever. She comes in, the crowd like is hyped for her. She eliminates nobody until the crowd dies down. Then she eliminates Tegan Knox. By then, no momentum only. And then I think that was the only person she eliminated. So I'm like, cool return, but I don't think they have anything for her.
They should have made Asuka a badass coming in like a Brock Lesnar throughout everyone, one by one. With a new gimmick.
Not everyone, but you know what I mean. At least make her have an impact. Immediately come in, hit people with finishers, yeet them out, right? But no, it was like she does a few cool moves and then... crowd died down. Then she throws somebody out. I was like, oh my god, what's going on?
It was a bit tough, because I felt there was a lot of potential, a lot of storylines. Like Damage Control should have been a much bigger impact. Like they should have been a scenario where they cleared everyone from the ring and the children was celebrating, and then Kana or so-called Asuka come.
Yeah, and that would have been awesome. Bro, that would have been a great moment. You know, like WrestleMania, all these. It's all about the moments. That's why, to me, these two Rumbles felt very. Like,
didn't have moments, didn't have highlights. That's the problem.
Well, except for the Logan Paul and the freaking Ricochet meeting of the minds in the middle of the air. Because, see, that's a moment, right? So, yeah, like there were very few and far between in terms of Rumble moments, and that's sad.
Okay, I'll give you an interesting question. What's the difference between creating a moment, a memorable moment that can, be memed or can be like used on social media, to a young bucks creating moment after moment of action, which is like highlight reels? Is it the same thing or is it different, bro?
So you got both ends of the scale, right? If you create moment after moment after moment, they become non-moments. I'm not saying every number got moment, bro. Like you talked about the damage controlling. Yeah, let them have one moment in the whole match. And then maybe some other person have a moment, you highlight 2 or 3. So the idea is not let everybody shine, let a few key people you want to push shine. That's always been the way for good Rumbles, right? You remember, oh my God, remember when Drew eliminated Brock? What a freaking moment that was. Because they sacrificed everybody to Brock first. Oh, sorry everybody else, y'all have to go in and feed Brock. for Drew to have his moment. That's how you build a fucking superstar. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting all riled up and shit. Woo!
Bro, is this a controversial take then, bro? Are you telling me Mr. McMahon did a better job booking 2020 Royal Rumble than Triple H booking a Royal Rumble 2023, bro?
You know what? I don't know. See, I don't know how much of a hand Vince had in this. I mean, if the rumors are to believe, he did not have a hand in it, but I guess that would be correct, right? Because we still remember that moment where Drew kicked the crap out of Brock right out of the Rumble.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I still remember that year very, very well. Still my favorite Royal Rumble from the last decade. I even remember people from Grapple Max was chiming in on the chat group like, hey, this is a really good Rumble. Well structured, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
So maybe that's it. Maybe you hit the head on the nail. Like Triple H, he's very, like, he wants everybody to shine. He's like I don't want to say he's the Tony Khan, because Tony Khan takes it to a completely different level. But it's like that weird sliding scale of leadership, right? Like some leaders let you have all the leeway and leads to absolute chaos. That's Tony Khan. And then you have Vince McMahon on the other end who's like, I control everything. But because he's so smart and he's been in the promotion business for so long, he makes it work. And then you have Triple H who's somewhere in the middle, I feel.
Yeah, I think if he was a bit more ruthless, he hasn't shown his ruthless side yet. But I think if he were to be very focused on serving the story, he needs to be like Peter Safran and James Gunn, just Henry Cavill, just because I know it sucks. People will hate that decision, but if it serves a story, a new universe that they're building, hey, why not, right? So like transplanting into WWE storylines, I think Triple H start thinking like that, lah.
Bro, have we sold out? You sold out.
Why? Why are we sold out, bro?
Because we want to be nasty and make the big cuts and stuff like that.
No, as long as it must serve the story. Like you should be the slave to the story. If the story requires somebody to be sacrificed or to not be given a shine, then of course. Right? Like I said, Damage Control and Asuka should have been a perfect moment, like you said.
Jason says Zelina Vega got a better showing than Asuka. Well, that one because got Capcom money, bro. Street Fighter cosplay and everything.
Do you see? We posted on Instagram, Triple H posted all the analytics and all the traffic, social media, blah blah blah. They apparently got 200% more sponsorship revenue this year than last year.
I mean,
so, hey, Pitch Black money, bro.
Yeah, Pitch Black money. You got Capcom money. Let's go. Okay, Irvin says, what do you think about Liv Morgan being booked so strong? I guess maybe she's very well liked backstage, but I really am off the Liv Morgan hype train. I have been off that hype train for a very long time. Ever since the promo, the whole thing where she became champ, then she had a program with Ronda Rousey. She doesn't promo well. Her in-ring work is still I think she would be a great champion of NXT.
Okay, you're right. You just hit the nail right on the head. She's likable as a person, but she's not compelling enough. No. She hasn't built underdog compellingness yet.
Okay, should they give her the Mandy Rose treatment? And I'm not saying she go and OnlyFans, like Mandy Rose. No, I'm saying
what
should she go back to NXT and evolve her character?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I've never taken her seriously. The moment she was like, "You wanna fight, bruh? You wanna fight? You wanna come at me, bruh?
You come at me, bruh? You wanna come?" No, and then they gave her this whole she's hardcore edge. I'm like, it doesn't even fit her.
Yeah. The fans haven't had a chance to connect to her on her own, right? So I think that's the problem. This whole match, how she was booked, it's not that she was booked strong. She just rode Rhea Ripley's coattails all the way until the final four, in my opinion.
Yeah. It almost feels like they are kind of pushing her down our throats a little bit. She's not ready and we don't want to see her at that spot. I feel this is how I feel. I'm sure she has a fan base. I don't know if they're all little girls or whatever the case may be, but okay, so the big return surprise at number 30. Oh wait, no, I think she's the return surprise at number 29.99995 because freaking I'm not like most girls. Where I thought I missed the countdown,
Yeah.
Oh
Wow,
my god.
that bro. I think if anyone was deserving of a botch, right, it's this girl. It's perfect. It's in line with her character, bro.
The production guys are like, okay lah, she botched so many times now we botched for her. So freaking, I'm not like most girl, huh? What?
Then after
Oh,
that, 10, 9,
9,
8.
8. I'm like, what? Wait.
Did you realize they did the countdown after the botch music, right? Then
Yeah.
after 8, right, they give up on the countdown. They just
Yeah.
continue the music.
Because they know already, and then the crowd already saw her. It's like, okay, like they screwed it up, like, walao, eh.
Perfect. I mean, no one likes her, so no one missed her when she was away.
Yeah.
So, if you told us that the surprise for a women's rumble is gonna be her return, we all will roll our eyes collectively.
Bro, the Discord chat was going off like, oh my god, if it's Nia Jax, I'm going back to sleep. And then it was Nia Jax. And
shout
then,
out to Joe, man. Like,
Edison, who freaking like said that. But okay, so I have literally like all the eliminations I wrote down watching the match, right? It's almost the same copy paste from the men's. So you had a crowded ring after the number 30, the exact same sequence as the men's rumble. See, do you get what I say or what I mean when I say both are like basically copy paste? It's just that this ending was slightly more creative.
Yeah. I like the ending. We all talk about actually this ending was gave this match the edge to me over the men's one because I mean Asuka's final 3, great job for her to go there, and Liv Morgan and Rhea did a lot of like babyface in peril kind of saves, and the ending where she kind of was really touching the floor. Like Rhea is a tall girl, so I thought, oh shit, she might actually touch the floor, right?
Well, hang on. Did you see one moment where she did like a reverse 619 on the outside to go back into the ring?
Yeah, I did.
I thought that was a very cool callback to the fact that she's dating Dominic. Obviously Dominic taught her how to do the 619. So I was like, I don't know if people even caught that, but I was like, okay, I like that little. It's like like Marvel Easter eggs.
Then definitely Dominic, right, should start using the riptide, That's his finisher.
Shit. No, I would like him to try, but then he can't get it off. Like he's like, mommy, how do you do it?
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. But you know what? Like Dominic is growing on me as a pretend tough guy, going to prison also. Yeah, and the fact that Rhea won, makes it a perfect callback, so.
But bro, with Dominic and Mami being so strong a character group in the Judgment Day, Finn and Priest like very extra, like very caliphate already.
Which is weird, because we always thought like, Priest is gonna be the number one guy, or Finn Balor is gonna be the hit.
When Priest came out and he like stepped in the ring, like dude looks like a legit star. Like he looks badass.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the audience got a little bit wet with perspiration from looking at him.
A couple of Discord members and Patreon members as well, bro.
Like drooling, like wet with perspiration. Yeah. But it is what it is. I guess, they see that, this is gaining traction, so they are going with it lah. But Rhea deserved to win. I just kind of wish she didn't do the exact same thing Gunther did and win from number 1.
Yeah. It made both rumbles felt very middling, and but I guess I understand why, because we need to talk about the final match of the night and the reason why I think this match saved the entire pay-per-view.
High drama, bro. I don't even remember the match itself. I could care less. They could have stood from each other, played chess. And if the ending was the ending, I would have enjoyed it anyway, okay? This is what I mean by when the stakes are so high, personal stakes. This is not even about titles. Titles are just there as a prop, right? These are personal stakes. And at no point, though, here's the thing. At no point did I think Kevin Owens was going to take the titles. This is more Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah. To be honest, the match was actually pretty good. Like, it was a great mini event match. Kevin Owens worked really, really hard. There was some moments where he actually dominated the match. Sad about the botch, but I think he recovered quite well.
Yeah. No, I think people forgot about the botch almost instantly because of the story they told. And I get that they tried to make it as brutal as possible. You know the spot where Roman slams his head on the stairs, on the edge of the steps?
That was... Damn. How do you protect yourself? I know some people say, no, he took it well then. No. But it was the edge of the steps, bro. How
there's no such thing as taking any of this well. This is some not even casual. This is some commoner speak, bro. How dare you say that? It's like taking a bump and they know how to fall. Like JR says.
Bro, a
What?
fall is a fall, bro. And a fall on a jagged, like a sharp edge. It's like you're gonna split your head open, man. So
maybe he's done that shit on the indies before, so once again, he knows how to take it, but it's still a crazy spot, right? So kudos.
Yeah.
Once again, you can do that, or you can do 1050 splash off the fucking rafters into a bed of exploding thumbtacks. Which one you do? At least that one a bit better, and that one had the same impact.
Yeah. So like, I think to me at the end of the day, Kevin Owens is a great main eventer, and unfortunately, because of the other storylines around him, I don't think he will ever be the number one guy. But he did his job for what it was.
Can we agree that blood in this moment would have fit?
What do you mean? Like blood? Oh, as in like
KO.
having blood on him. Yes.
Because, there was the moment where they've devastated KO, handcuffed him to the ring ropes. Like, if he were bleeding, Crimson Mask, once a year they do the blood, this would have been the moment.
You have been perfect. Yeah, you're right. If both of them kena blood, it would have been amazing. Like, can you imagine? Because like Roman Reigns like throw the Leia around to signal that he died or whatever shit, right? Can you imagine leaving him in a pool of his own blood and then have the roses petals and all that?
Yeah,
amazing. But before that, like a few steps back, like I think the emotion shown by Sami throughout the match was great. Like you can tell he was torn.
Yeah.
You can tell that he was still trying to follow the orders of Roman, but he cared for his friends. So I remember when Roman asked him for the chair. He could tell that, I can't find a chair. I cannot.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Bro, so many great moments, man.
Best actor at the Oscars. Come on, man.
Yeah. Wait. So one thing is, so they went nose to nose and then forced him to do it. Like, if you're not gonna let me hit him, you do it, right?
Yeah.
And then they turn around, and of course, we all know it was a throwback to the Shield, right? How Roman Reigns was betrayed by Seth Rollins. But I thought, right, of another better idea to have been even more emotional, man. It wouldn't have been a callback to the Shield, but it would have been its own moment.
Okay.
Because Sami Zayn is trying to decide to hit the chair, right? But if there was only one nitpick for me, is I felt like it was a bit telegraphed. Because the moment he stood back and Roman turned, he said, we all know, like, okay, this is gonna happen, right? But imagine, right, Roman didn't stand in front of him like that. Roman was actually beside
Sami.
KO, holding him up or like by the ropes, right? And it's like, okay, come do it to him right now, do it to him. And then like Sami was really gonna strike KO, and then like he just stopped. And then after that, Roman was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he just go spit at him, "Do it now!" And then the spit was the thing that triggered him at that point in time to just change direction and smack him. Because I felt like then that would have been like he did it out of impulse, out of instinct, as opposed to like he had this plan all along to beat him first.
I mean, I like the callback. So I still like the fact that the whole Shield thing, they can forever meme that lah. So in this age of everlasting memes and memories, I think that was the best thing they could have done. But the pop when he did that, I mean, come on,
amazing
shit. That arena just exploded.
I had it out loud. I had it on speakers, and like I've never heard that pop since like Attitude Era, bro. Like, it was amazing.
That's why I'm like, Roman, Sami, WrestleMania.
It should have been, should be.
But he's gonna get his shot at Elimination Chamber in his home country. The pops are gonna be crazy, but we know that he's not gonna win it then.
Do you know one thing that was interesting?
What?
Not a lot of people just realized, but there was a double turn within a double turn. Do you realize that?
What? Okay. So after the chair shot, right? And then Jay's reaction was fucking so good. Best supporting actor, bro. He's like, what are you doing? Like, I watched it like 5-6 times in a row on like Instagram when they freaking WWE posted the video. I just kept watching. I'm like, oh my god! Like, look, as long-time wrestling fans, we are very used to bad acting. There have been a lot of bad, but watching this, I was like, this is fucking good shit.
That's real. That's like real proper television drama. Like, isn't that a very human thing to do? Like,
Yeah.
you'll be so shocked and you will scream, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? What the
Yeah,
fuck?"
well, like, it's like, why did you do that? Like, why? Like, we have, like, he's confused. And of course, then Jimmy, being the loyal soldier that he is, fucking straight away super kick Sammy. Like, how dare you, right? And
Correct,
then,
correct. But do you understand what I mean by the double turn, winning double turn? It's not just Jey Uso was from a heel become a babyface and now torn, right?
yeah.
Jimmy
Oh,
did a double turn as well, right?
as in
Because he was
yeah,
he was the one that was likable with Sammy,
yeah,
and Jay was the one that mistrusted him.
yeah.
And now the tables are turned, and then he's the one now carrying out the orders to beat up Sammy, and
Correct.
Jay was the one that walked away. So many layers, right?
And then Solo is just Solo, like he's just
Solo
stand
is
there.
just, I'm just gonna fuck shit up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the hired gun. It was like, oh my god, I can't, like, early prediction. This might be the best angle of 2023. Like, there's no topping this unless, like, I don't think like, what else is going to be better than this?
Yeah, and the fact that this is coming in like 2 years into Roman Reigns' title reign,
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. Like they really pull it off really, really well.
Which leads me to, once again, this is the hottest thing going, and it doesn't culminate at WrestleMania. That is what, like, I'm like, oh, I get it. I get that Cody needs his big return, but it feels a bit deflating to me, doesn't it?
They should have called an audible. They should make it like Sammy beats Roman one title and then Cody beats the Roman another title.
Yeah.
But if you realize they announced it, or there have been a lot of rumors for Elimination Chamber. That fact is in Montreal, and the fact that the chamber matches are for the US title.
I thought it was in Edmonton.
Is it? No, it's Montreal. It was Sami Zayn's hometown, if I'm not wrong.
Let me Google that real quick. But you make
Edmonton
your point.
is Chris Benoit. Yeah, so like the fact
it is
that,
Montreal. Yeah, Montreal.
Yeah, the fact that it's in Montreal and where essentially Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are gods there, right?
Yeah.
And now the chamber matches are all like cleared up, right? So it leaves the opportunity for the WWE to book a Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn for the title, right?
Yeah, but it's both titles. It's not just one title, and it would make no sense for it to be one title.
So my guess is Sami is gonna have the craziest spot. He's gonna have the Drew McIntyre treatment there at Edmonton, but then he still falls short.
Of course.
And Roman Reigns survives with the title and goes to WrestleMania to fight Cody Rhodes. But then the crowd support for Sami Zayn to get involved in the match is still so great that he's gonna insert himself going to be a triple threat, bro. This is why
So once again, like just going all the way back to that Benoit HBK Triple H thing. This is how. Well, I mean, Triple H was a part of that, so it would make sense for Triple H to book that.
Yeah, I feel like Cody Rhodes coming up short at WrestleMania will still carry on his storyline without affecting his destiny. Like he doesn't have to win at WrestleMania. Can be a bit delayed.
Actually, it does seem very likely now that you've painted it out like that, right? The pieces are all in place for that triple threat match to happen. And once again, this is one of Triple H's defining feuds and WrestleMania moments where, nobody thought Benoit would win. In this case, nobody thinks Sami Zayn is going to win because you have Cody, you have Roman, and then Sami takes the win.
Yes, correct.
Bro.
Early predictions.
We
shall see WrestleMania. All right. Okay, overall, grades. Guys, give your grades for Royal Rumble. What do you think? Out of 10 or letter grades?
Yeah, go ahead. I would give it only the main event, put it at an 8. If you take away the main event, I would give it a solid 6. But the main event bumped it up 2 notches.
Agree. Like the main event itself was worth half of the grade rating in my opinion as well.
Not even the main event. I'm so sorry to say this, but
the 15 minutes after the
the afterbirth, the drama. I came for the drama. God damn it.
Yeah. I thought that the main event saved this pay-per-view. If not, I would have said that it wasn't that good. It would have been a slight improvement over last year's Rumble matches, but it wouldn't have been as memorable. It doesn't beat 2020 to me. But this Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn is just taken over the world, man. Everyone loves Sami Zayn. He is really a heck of a talent, and the fact that this time last year he was doing nonsense with Johnny Knoxville, and then
didn't he? Didn't Roman Reigns yell at him Like, stop doing that Johnny Knoxville shit or whatever, you know?
Yeah, or you can go back to your Johnny Knoxville shit
Yeah,
or
yeah, or you
something
can
like that.
be with us in the bloodline. I was like, fuck, man, this is such.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's true, and I don't know, I don't know whether you watched right before the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Sami Zayn had a sit down with Ariel Helwani.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you should do check it out because it was
Mm.
very, very telling, some of the things that he said. He didn't telegraph what was going to happen, but he telegraphed something that was even more interesting.
Mm.
He said, right, okay, Ariel asked a very great question. Do you think all of these things would have happened if Vince was still in charge?
Oh, okay.
And then you know what he said?
What?
I can't tell for sure. I can't say for sure. But let me tell you this. The first time I interacted face to face with Roman Reigns was the week that Triple H took over. Before that, he was hinting at being part of the bloodline, but he never met the final boss. It was always him talking to Jay.
Right.
It was him talking to Paul Heyman, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But like he always felt like with Vince, it might not have happened the way it did. But because it was Triple H let it breathe, let it develop.
So, going back to this whole idea of like, the bosses and how their creative style and management style is, right? It's like, see, this is the good part of like Triple H. Yeah, Triple H gave way too many people a shine in the actual Rumble itself. But when it comes to like a Sami Zayn, he let that breathe. He let it happen. It freaking blew up organically like the cordyceps virus in The Last of Us. Pop culture reference. Let's go.
I should check it out. I haven't checked out the show yet, by the way.
Have you played the games?
Oh, I've played the game. I like the games. Yeah.
Okay, Kick to the Controller. Video game podcast coming soon.
Video review, pop culture review.
But what was my point?
Yeah,
my point is he lets things
let it breathe.
Yeah.
So that I guess that is testament to Triple H. The fact that he kind of was willing to go with the flow of this storyline, and if he were to really listen to the fan, let me tell you this: if you put Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes in the same ring and have a compelling promo, the fans will lean towards Sami Zayn.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. In fact, I think people would boo Cody. I would go as far as to say that.
Wouldn't be the first time he got booed, so I think he's fine with that.
Okay, so there you go. That's our thoughts on the Rumble. Once again, give us your letter grades. Let us know what you thought about it. And it's good to be back. It's good to be back talking about wrestling.
Yeah, we are full steam ahead. Next week, we are going to be previewing Grapple Max's next show, their first show of the year. I think it's called Causeway Jam, right? If I'm not wrong. And we might have some special guests, so we will announce it really, really soon. So wait up for that. In the meantime, please continue supporting us. Please consider pledging to our Patreon. You can either be a monthly subscriber or you can do a one-off donation as well. My goal, bro, if we can get enough funds, right? We can get like 10 patrons or what? Right before WrestleMania. Let's do another watch party, bro. Let's do a WrestleMania viewing party. What do you think, bro?
I think that's a great idea. I think if we can get, I don't even think, I know we can get enough people. It's just that, are we gonna have the resources to do it? I'll freaking take leave.
Yeah, we'll take leave.
Yeah, on the Monday, what? Because it's a Sunday, Monday, right?
Okay, wait. It's also a 2-day event, so you must choose which day you want to do it.
Both days lah.
Wow. Okay. Then we cannot. I don't know whether we can book a venue. Let's go to somebody's house.
See, I have big dreams, bro. How about this? We book a suite at the Marina Bay Sands. We freaking 24-hour party. We watch WrestleMania. Then we play WWE 2K. 23 will be out by then. We play WWE 2K23 all the way. Have a freaking tournament. And then we fucking sleep on the floor, whatever. Those who want to go home, go home.
Are you telling me MBS is going to let 20 people go into their room and party, bro? You telling me that?
Bro, if we are baller enough, we book a suite. Those two-story suites.
Bro, you want to be old school or not, bro? You know what we should do?
What?
Go use Home Team Safra, do chalet. Old school, bro. Let's be a typical Singapore. We do a chalet.
Chalet got big screen TV or not?
Can. Of course have one, bro. Have.
And then the TV is some Xiaomi TV from 2011, freaking no HDMI cable. And then we all end up sitting around looking at it on our iPad.
Bro, we are Safra, bro. Safra, right? Safra got the best country clubs, got the best chalet. Can, bro. We can do it. Chalet, we'll figure it out. But again, it's all up to you guys to help support us, and we can do well with that. We'll definitely make it happen for sure.
Hey, that's the first for sure of the season.
One of many to go, bro. Remember, there's always 50 episodes plus in a season. So yeah, hopefully with a better equipment as well for me. Because bro, I'm so sorry, man. I gotta apologize to everyone, guys, for the delay. So
it's all good. We're here. We're enjoying our time together. And once again, thank you so much for being here. Those of you in chat, Jason, shout out, Sarah, Mighty, Big T rather. Saleh, Rishi, Rizzle, Jason, Irvin. I'm repeating names. Hales.
How many viewers was that on general, man? Because I can't see the channel.
I will shoot you the numbers a little bit later on. But everybody, thank you for being here for our season debut. More wrestling to come locally, internationally in the months ahead. I cannot wait. So once again, yes. Patreon links in the description. Discord, if you haven't already joined the Discord, please come and chat with the community as well. Any last words, bro? Oh yes, the brand new TikTok, Kick to the Gut. We're gonna try to put out more content, more memes, maybe more hot takes out on there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, please support them on. Basically, every season will expand, right? Every season we'll have some new stuff. So now our new stuff is our TikTok, and now it's our Patreon as well. So please support us, and we'll try to give you as much content as possible every single week leading up to WrestleMania and the rest of 2023.
All right. As always, it's Mr. Young.
And it's Foreign in the building. Take care.
Let me see you try.